Welcome to the HMS Sandollar. The arrowhead Sandollar doesn't seem like much of a recruiting emblem or mascot symbol, does it? Wouldn't you feel better about a group's identity if they were known as the Eagles, the Lions, or even the Mighty Oxen? Maybe you'd be right until you realize that the lowly Sandollar symbolizes all the above and much, much more. The Sandollar is a spiritual statement. In the midst of what seems to be fused grains of sand, there emerges what looks like the imprint of a sea star. Those who don't know better call it a starfish. So, simply stated, the Sandollar is an emblem of a group of individuals, fused with common cause and identity, yet having uniquely different abilities, backgrounds, and goals. Don't let this mystical talk put you off. There's a very practical side to it, a side that makes choosing the right vocation more important than you could imagine. A vocation that not only fits your personality type, but affords you good retirement benefits and the legacy that lives. You'll need to discover who you are to truly know where you belong within any group and find fulfillment in what you do. This discovery is all a part of the process implemented at the New American Mentor Equipping Institute. However, a personality type only shows potential. You'll need a role model to guide your development. Which brings us right back to the emblem and the imprint that truly makes it distinctive. The sea star. It is the new symbol of someone intricately tied to the Creator. Someone who has the experience to guide a vocational development, and someone who can help us in our efforts to qualify for the future. The journey starts with the discovery of an identity, not of the one you are, but of the one you are destined to be. Are you ready? It's all available. If you've had enough of being lame, one who doesn't have the right skills, education, or social graces, outcast, someone from the wrong side of the tracks or ethnic heritage, or afflicted, someone with a bad luck cloud hanging over their heads. Perhaps you became partners in an unwanted pregnancy saga, or got a DUI. You've lost a mate through divorce, or even the darkest cloud of all, death. If any of the above describe your situation, and you want to become more special in the Creator's eyes than you think you are now, you'll be surprised at what He's got in store for you. Once your personality potential has been discerned, the vocational possibilities begin to make sense. Your ability to express yourself becomes more acute, and your role in the greater scheme of things more comfortable. Remember, the Creator didn't make no junk. You were meant to fit in, but man surely has junked up the panorama with much bad thinking. It's their bad thinking and your capitulation to it that got you where you are today. Don't you think it's time for a change? Not only of what you're doing, but of all the bad thinking you've been subjected to. Remember, one can't remedy a situation with the same thinking that got you into the fix in the first place. Perhaps it's time to consider a new mindset, the path followed by the New Americans. If you've had enough, there is a ship entering the harbor of the city or town you live in. The HMS Sandollar. Lift up your eyes and look over the waves into the horizon. You'll see her. She looks majestic, with the sun at her back and the wind in her sails. An old-time sailing vessel, a three-mast schooner, a man of war. And she's flying her banner on every sail that billows from her mast. Right now she's moored in your harbor, inviting you to paddle out. Climb her rope ladder and take a look around. Right away, you'll see some differences. But first things first, you responded to our invitation and visited this site. That is the first thing you had to do. If there was something that moved you to take this action that was beyond curiosity, it most probably was need. If a person is thirsty, they don't want to read the menu, they want a drink of water. And we know that, but this glass of water, as it were, has some unusual ingredients related to it. This thirst quencher involves a new lifestyle, a new way of thinking. It involves spiritual values. Something you may not believe you lack, or if you do, it may have been on purpose. So let's be upfront about the menu here. Whether you believe yourself to be secular or religious, humanist or Christian, what you'll find served here is not being served as a refreshment or entree at any of the other eateries in town, religious or otherwise. The invitation listed 3 major lacks facing society today. You will discover that these 3, education, vocation, and personal relationship, are all intertwined, and they all have a common denominator. It's called your paradigm or your worldview. So we'll travel to this issue of worldview by way of vocational lack, the one society is being most affected by today. If you read through this menu, we can promise you 2 things. 1, you will discover the worldview that got you where you are today, and 2, you will find one that can get you out. It's time to paddle out to the HMS Sandollar. It's time for a new view of life.